say you gon' step by me? Who gon' step by me? Who gon' step by me?
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a guy who grew up just south of here across the river, Jonathan Taylor. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Short throw to Smith. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. But looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Now Jackson. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Washington. Jonathan Taylor, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that makes the score 7-0. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Swift. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Commanders, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And it is incomplete. I had a defender running right with him. And now it's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing is Hurts. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action with Hurts. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there for Philly. 54 yards. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Here's Swift. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Swift with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are...
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 62 yards. And Washington has taken the lead. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Hurts sets up to throw it. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. Hurts. He'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. Touchdown! A.J. Brown, 54 yards. And the Eagles are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring. There he goes, left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 77 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. Oh, he shifts past him. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And Washington has taken the lead. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Here's 2nd and 3. They're going to look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Eagles at 5-4 now on the year. And they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Silver. 19 right. Easy, 63, back. Easy, 63.
But first down, Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you'll get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there. And he did a lot of that on that play.
Now, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the Eagles who got the win on the road, so now they look to finish off the sweep here in Philly. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
19 tight.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flushed out right. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be out of bounds. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
Swift is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. Jackson on first down. That one downfield for Dotson. That's caught at the 25. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 51 yards. First and 10, Taylor now. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On second down, here's Jackson. Got a man complete. It's Taylor. Touchdown, Washington. Jonathan Taylor on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Commanders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Aubrey good with a PAT, and they will take a 7-point lead. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how.
And this is caught at the 20. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. A big play there just before halftime. 57 yards. Play action. Here's Hurts. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. This taken in right around the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
But when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Hurts fumbles it. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nolan Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. Sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. That one downfield for Dotson. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And that one on the money to Claypool downfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Cup 19, Cup 19.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. This is Smith with a grab. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down. He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Flush to his right. Oh, what was he thinking? Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. After the interception, here's Jackson. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Jackson's throw complete to Dotson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Running straight ahead, Taylor. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Washington. Jonathan Taylor, 48 yards. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis, and the Commanders will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. From the gun, it's Taylor. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Well-timed effort by Darius Slay, a sack on the corner blitz.
He already did his primary job with an interception earlier, but here he gets a chance to be a pass rusher and takes on the challenge of blitzing and makes another big play. That's something to file away and maybe break out later in this one or in a future game.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Going deep here for Taylor. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Tressway now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. This will be fielded at the 17. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going deep for Brown. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Forced out to his left. Hurts fumbles it. A big loss on the play. That's the bad news. A consolation, they keep the football. 2nd time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. 3rd and 12. He'll look to throw. And this incomplete. Oh, my. He might have been celebrating in the end zone if he'd held on. Nearly picked, but instead, it'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
Check, Mike 21, Mike 63, 63, back. Warriors, 17. 21, Mike 20. That's right. I'm coming for you. Check, cross.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And he's brought down. Can't do anything running with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Commanders come through with a fourth down stand. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 178 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
On second down, it's Taylor. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says,
and he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So it's Washington getting the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Commanders, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.